My dear friend, I speak to you today, not as someone distant or removed, but as a fellow traveler on this grand journey of life. I see you, I feel you, and I understand the depths of your heart. Perhaps you find yourself at a crossroads, maybe even feeling lost amidst the noise of the world. You might be carrying the weight of unfulfilled dreams, or the ache of a life that feels less than what you know it could be. This feeling, this subtle unrest, is not a sign of failure. It is, in fact, the first whisper of your own heroic journey. This is your call to adventure. You've been living, perhaps for a long while, in what we might call the mundane world. It's the world of routine, of expectations, of the daily grind. You wake up, you go to work, you come home, and you repeat. It's filled with responsibilities, maybe even disappointments. The days blur together, and you might find yourself thinking, is this all there is? In the quiet moments, when the world's distractions fade, you might sense a deep longing for something more, something bigger, something meaningful. Confucius, that great sage of old, spoke of the importance of Ren, which we might translate as humanness. He believed that we are all connected, and that our true purpose is to live in harmony with each other and with the world. But sometimes, we get so caught up in the day, today, that we forget our interconnectedness. We lose sight of our inner potential, and we become disconnected from our true selves. We become a shadow of our potential. It's like being a beautiful instrument, capable of making wonderful music, but never being played. Perhaps, like a river that has been dammed, your inner flow is blocked. You might feel a sense of dissatisfaction, a feeling that there's more within you, a deeper current that's waiting to be released. This is not a sign of discontentment, it's a sign of your soul yearning for growth. It's the feeling you get when you know you're capable of more, when your heart whispers of possibilities that haven't yet been explored. This discontent, this feeling that something is missing, is the very call that the ancient stories speak of. It's that moment when you realize that the life you're living doesn't fully align with the person you truly are. It could come in many forms: a sudden loss, a moment of profound insight while watching the sunset, a powerful line from a book that pierces your heart, or even a seemingly small event that makes you question everything, like a chance encounter with a stranger who inspires you. This call is a gentle nudge from the universe, or perhaps from your own soul, beckoning you to embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation. It's the spark that ignites the flame of change. The Buddha taught that life is filled with suffering, but also the possibility of liberation. He spoke of the Four Noble Truths, which outline the nature of suffering, its cause, the possibility of its end, and the path to that end. He used the metaphor of a burning house, saying that we are often so consumed by our day-to-day fires that we forget that there is a way to escape the flames. Your current discomfort, your mundane world, is like this burning house, and your call to adventure is the invitation to escape the flames and find liberation. It's like finally realizing that the constant noise of the city is not all there is, that there's a quiet, peaceful heaven waiting just beyond the horizon. But what happens when this call comes? More often than not, we hesitate. We question ourselves, we doubt our abilities, and we allow fear to take hold. This is the refusal of the call. It's the moment when we let the familiar comfort of the mundane world outweigh the potential for growth and transformation. It's when we allow ourselves to be held back by self-limiting beliefs and fears. Maybe you fear failure, or maybe you fear success. Maybe you fear the unknown. or maybe you fear that you're not good enough. These are all valid feelings, and it's important to acknowledge them with compassion. It's like hearing the invitation to dance, but being too afraid to step onto the floor. The ancient Taoists understood the dance of opposing forces, the yin and yang. They believed that darkness is not evil and light is not good. The dark and light are complementary, and each contain the seed of the other. Refusing the call is like staying in the darkness, fearing the light. But the journey of self-improvement requires us to embrace both light and darkness, to understand and integrate all parts of ourselves. It means recognizing that your fears are just as much a part of you as your strengths, and that it's in the acceptance of both that you find wholeness. Psychologists like Carl Jung also explored the concept of the shadow, the parts of ourselves that we often try to hide or deny. He believed that true self-realization requires us to confront and integrate these shadowy aspects of our personality. This refusal of the call is often a manifestation of our shadow, the voice within that tells us we are not worthy, that we are not capable of change. It's the voice that says, "Don't even try, you'll only fail." Or "You're not good enough, you'll never be enough." The fear of change is a powerful force, as is our need for consistency and familiarity. We often cling to what we know, even if it's not serving us. This fear keeps us trapped in old patterns and behaviors, and prevents us from stepping into the fullness of our potential. It's like a snake shedding its skin. The old skin is familiar. It fits, but it must be discarded to allow for growth and change. This requires courage and a trust in the process. It's also like a plant that's outgrown its pot. It needs to be transplanted into a larger space in order to flourish. So, if you're feeling this call, if you're sensing that there's more to life than what you've been experiencing, if you're ready to step out of the shadows and into the light, then you've already taken the first step on your own hero's journey. You've acknowledged the call, and that, my friend, is a powerful thing. Now, you've heard the call. You've felt that inner stirring, that yearning for something more. And perhaps you've even started to acknowledge the fears that try to hold you back. This is where the next step of our journey begins. Crossing the threshold. It's the moment when you make a conscious decision to leave the familiar and venture into the unknown. It's like stepping off the edge of a cliff, trusting that the wind will carry you. It's a leap of faith. It's like deciding to leave the shore, knowing that you're venturing out into the open sea. Before we take that leap, though, let's talk about the importance of guidance. In the hero's journey, it's often the wise mentor who helps the hero find his way. They offer wisdom, support, and perspective. But who is your mentor? It might be a person, a book, a teacher, or a spiritual guide, but most importantly, your mentor can be found within yourself. The Taoists spoke of the Tao, the way of the universe, the natural flow of life. They believed that we all have an inner wisdom, an intuitive knowing that guides us when we learn to listen. This inner voice, this connection to the Tao, is your greatest mentor. It's the part of you that knows your true path, the part that holds the answers you seek. It's the quiet voice that speaks to you in moments of stillness, that whispers of your potential, that guides you toward your true north. The Stoic philosophers, like Marcus Aurelius, emphasized the importance of reason and self-control. They believed that we all have the capacity to guide our lives, to make wise decisions based on our own internal compass. By practicing mindfulness and self-reflection, we can learn to access our inner mentor and make choices that align with our values and our goals. It means taking the time each day to pause, to breathe, and to check in with yourself. So, how do you access this inner mentor? By taking the time to be still, to listen to your inner voice, to connect with the quiet wisdom that resides within you. It's in those moments of quiet reflection, perhaps during a walk in nature, while practicing meditation, or while simply sitting in silence, that you can find clarity and direction. It's in those moments that you can connect with your own deepest truth. It's like tuning into a radio station that's always broadcasting, but only becomes audible when the surrounding noise quiets down. Once you have connected with your inner mentor, you are ready to take that leap. Crossing the threshold is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process of making conscious choices to step outside your comfort zone. It's about committing to growth and choosing to walk a path that aligns with your soul, even when it feels scary or uncertain. It's the decision to say yes to your potential, to embrace the unknown, and to trust in the unfolding of your own heroic journey. You see, the path of self-improvement is not a straight line. It's more like a winding road filled with twists and turns, ups and downs. As you step outside of your comfort zone, you will face challenges and obstacles that will test your resolve. This is what the hero's journey calls road of trials. It's the part of the journey where the real work of transformation begins. It's like climbing a mountain, knowing that the path will be steep and challenging, but also knowing that the view from the summit will be worth all the effort. It's easy to feel discouraged when you encounter setbacks. When you're striving for self-improvement, it's natural to experience moments of doubt, frustration, and even despair. But remember, these challenges are not meant to break you, they are meant to make you stronger. They are opportunities for growth and learning. It's during these trials that you discover your true resilience, your inner strength, and your capacity to persevere. The great saints of the Christian tradition spoke of spiritual warfare, the ongoing battle between good and evil within the soul. They understood that self-improvement is not just a matter of willpower or intellect. It's also a matter of spiritual growth and transformation. It's about aligning your heart and your mind with your deepest values and choosing to live a life of purpose and meaning. It's about choosing love over fear, kindness over judgment, and faith over doubt. Buddhism teaches that suffering arises from attachment and craving. The challenges you face on the path are often a result of your clinging to old patterns, your desire for things to be different than they are. By releasing these attachments, by accepting the present moment, and by practicing mindfulness, you can learn to navigate the challenges of the journey with greater ease and grace. It's learning to see the waves of life as they come and go, without being swept away by them. The Stoics also spoke of acceptance. They believed that we cannot control the things that happen to us, but we can control how we react to them. By accepting the challenges that come our way, we can learn to use them as opportunities for growth. We can learn to navigate life's inevitable setbacks with greater resilience and strength. It's like learning to surf the waves of life, rather than fighting against them. So, as you embark on your road of trials, remember that you are not alone. The challenges you face are part of the process. They are the necessary trials that allow you to grow, to learn, and to evolve into the hero that you are meant to be. Embrace the challenges, learn from the setbacks, and never give up on your journey of self-discovery. And remember, each time you face a challenge, You are not only growing, you are also showing yourself how truly capable you are. Now, as you move further along your path, you will encounter a variety of challenges, tests, allies, and enemies. This next part of the journey is called tests, allies, and enemies. It's the part where you learn to navigate the external and internal forces that will shape your growth. It's like embarking on a quest where you must face various obstacles and meet different characters, all of whom will play a part in your transformation. The tests you will face will come in many forms. They might be external challenges, such as difficult circumstances, financial hardship, or relationship conflicts. They might also be internal challenges, such as self-doubt, fear, and negative thoughts. These tests are not meant to punish you. They are designed to help you grow, to become more resilient, and to discover your hidden strengths. It's during these moments that you learn what you're really made of, and you discover the depth of your inner power. Consider the ancient Greek myths. Heroes like Hercules faced seemingly impossible challenges, and yet they persevered. These stories are not just about physical strength, they're about inner strength, about courage, and about the ability to overcome adversity. They show us that we all have the power within us to conquer any obstacle we face. It's like hearing a story of someone who overcame great odds and realizing that you too are capable of doing the same. As you face these tests, it's important to remember that you don't have to go it alone. Just like the heroes of old, you too will find allies along the way. These allies might be friends, family members, mentors, or even strangers who offer you support and guidance. They are the people who believe in you, the people who lift you up when you are feeling down, and the people who help you stay on track when you're feeling lost. They are the light that guides you, the hand that supports you, and the voice that reminds you of your potential. The concept of Sangha in Buddhism refers to the community of practitioners. It emphasizes the importance of connection and support in the journey of self-discovery. When you are surrounded by people who share your values and aspirations, you are more likely to stay motivated and committed to your goals. It's like being part of a team, working together towards a common goal, and knowing that you can rely on each other for support. But just as you will find allies, you will also encounter enemies. These enemies might be external forces, such as those who try to sabotage your efforts or those who doubt your potential. They might also be internal forces, such as your own negative self-talk, your fear of failure, or your tendency to give up when things get difficult. It's important to recognize these enemies and to learn how to manage them with wisdom and compassion. The Taoist concept of Wu Wei emphasizes the importance of acting in alignment with the natural flow of things. This does not mean being passive or giving up. Rather, it means letting go of resistance and embracing the challenges that come your way. It means understanding that not all battles are worth fighting, and that sometimes the best approach is to simply let go and allow things to unfold naturally. It's like learning to sail a boat, understanding that you can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails to work with it. Psychologists speak of the inner critic, that voice within that constantly puts us down, criticizes our efforts, and tells us we're not good enough. Learning to manage this inner critic is a crucial part of the journey of self-improvement. By becoming aware of these negative thoughts, by challenging them, and by replacing them with positive affirmations, you can learn to overcome your inner obstacles. Try practicing self-compassion, speaking to yourself as you would to a dear friend who needs encouragement. So, as you continue on your path, remember that the tests you face are not insurmountable. You are stronger than you think, and you have the power within you to overcome any obstacle. Seek out allies who support your growth and learn to manage your enemies, both internal and external, with wisdom and compassion. And always remember that every challenge you face makes you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Now, you've faced your tests, found your allies, and managed your enemies. You've grown stronger, more resilient, and more self-aware. You're ready for the next stage of the journey, the approach to the inmost cave. This is the point where you face your greatest fears, where you confront your shadow, and where you undergo a profound transformation. It's like preparing to enter a sacred space, a place where deep healing and transformation can occur. The inmost cave is a metaphor for the deepest parts of yourself, the places that you've been afraid to explore. It might be a hidden fear, a past trauma, or a self-limiting belief that has been holding you back for years. This is the place where you must confront your shadow, the aspects of yourself that you've been hiding or denying. It's like entering a dark room, knowing that you must face the shadows in order to bring them into the light. The concept of the shadow is central to Jungian psychology. Jung believed that we all have a shadow side, a part of ourselves that contains our repressed emotions, our negative traits, and our unconscious desires. True self-realization requires us to acknowledge and integrate this shadow side, to accept that we are not perfect, and to embrace all aspects of ourselves, both light and dark. It's about seeing yourself as whole, not just the parts you want to show to the world. This is not an easy task. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to look at yourself with honesty and compassion. It might mean revisiting painful memories, acknowledging your mistakes, and forgiving yourself for your past actions. It might also mean acknowledging the parts of yourself that you've been trying to deny, such as your anger, your sadness, or your fear. It's like cleaning out a closet that you've been avoiding, knowing that it's necessary to make space for something new. The Christian tradition also speaks of the importance of confronting our sins, of acknowledging our imperfections, and of seeking forgiveness. It emphasizes the need for self-examination, for honesty, and for the willingness to confront the parts of ourselves that we're not proud of. This is not meant to make us feel ashamed. It's meant to help us grow, to become more whole, and to experience the healing power of love and forgiveness. It's like tending to a wound, knowing that it needs to be cleaned and cared for in order to heal. The Buddha also taught about the importance of self-awareness. He believed that suffering arises from ignorance, from not understanding the true nature of ourselves and the world. By practicing mindfulness and self-reflection, we can learn to understand our thoughts and emotions, to see the roots of our suffering, and to move towards liberation. Try taking a few minutes each day to simply observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. As you approach the inmost cave, you will likely experience a sense of fear and uncertainty. This is natural. It's like entering a dark forest, not knowing what you will find. But remember, you are not alone. You have the tools, the skills, and the wisdom that you have gained along your journey. You have the strength within you to face your fears and to emerge transformed. And remember, even the darkest caves hold hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. The next step is the ordeal. This is the most intense moment of the journey. The moment when you must confront your greatest fear, and overcome your biggest challenge. It might be a literal ordeal, such as a difficult task or a painful experience. It might also be an internal ordeal, such as a moment of profound self-examination or a spiritual crisis. It's like standing at the edge of a precipice, knowing that you must jump in order to reach the other side. This ordeal will test you to your core. It will challenge your beliefs, your values, and your sense of self. It will push you to your limits, and it will force you to confront your deepest fears. But it's in this moment of intense challenge that you will discover your true strength, your resilience, and your capacity for transformation. It's like a blacksmith forging a sword. The fire and the hammering only serve to make the metal stronger. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The ordeal is not about avoiding pain or suffering. It's about learning to respond to it with wisdom, courage, and grace. It's about embracing the challenges that come your way and seeing them as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. It's about finding strength in vulnerability and about trusting your inner guidance. When you emerge from the ordeal, you will be changed. You will have a new understanding of yourself, a deeper sense of purpose, and a greater capacity for love and compassion. You will have seized the sword, or you will have gained the reward, the new wisdom, the new perspective that comes from facing your greatest fear and overcoming your biggest challenge. This reward is the treasure you have been searching for all along, the wisdom that can be used to guide you on the next steps of your journey. It's like a flower blooming after a long winter, finally revealing its beauty to the world. Now, having faced your greatest fears, confronted your shadow, and emerged transformed, you are ready for the next stage of the journey, the road back. This is the point where you begin to integrate your new self into your everyday life, to apply your newfound wisdom to your daily experiences, and to share your gifts with the world. It's like returning home after a long voyage, bringing back new treasures and insights to share with your community. The road back is not a smooth and easy path. It's a process of integrating your new self with your old self, of reconciling your inner world with your outer world. It might mean changing your relationships, your career, or your daily habits. It might mean making difficult choices, letting go of old patterns, and embracing new possibilities. It's about choosing to live a life that is aligned with your values, your truth, and your purpose. The Taoists spoke of the importance of living in harmony with the Tao. This means living in alignment with your true nature, with your values, and with your purpose. As you return to your everyday world, it's important to bring your newfound wisdom and awareness into all aspects of your life. It's about finding balance in your life and about living in accordance with your own unique rhythm. The Christian tradition also emphasizes the importance of integrating faith into daily life. It's not just about believing in God, it's about living a life that reflects your values, your faith, and your love for others. It's about being a light in the world and using your gifts to serve others. It's about making every action a prayer and about living a life that is both purposeful and meaningful. The road back is also a time of integration. You must learn to bring the wisdom you gained in the ordeal back into the mundane world, to see the sacred in the everyday, and to live a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling. This is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process of self-discovery and growth. It's about bringing your newfound awareness into every aspect of your life and about living each day with purpose and intention. But before you can fully integrate your new self into the world, you must face one last challenge: the resurrection. This is the final test of your transformation, the moment when you must prove that you have truly changed, that you have truly embraced your new identity. It's like stepping onto a stage, ready to share your story with the world. The resurrection is not about coming back to life literally. It's about fully embodying your new self, your new understanding, your new wisdom. It's about showing the world that you have been transformed, that you have the strength, the courage, and the wisdom to live a life of purpose and meaning. It's about stepping into your power and about living your life fully, authentically, and courageously. Psychologists speak of the importance of self-actualization, the process of becoming the best version of yourself. The resurrection is about taking the gifts you have gained on your journey and using them to create a life that is aligned with your values, your purpose, and your highest potential. It's about living a life that is true to who you are, and about using your unique talents and gifts to make a positive impact in the world. It is not about achieving perfection. It's about embracing your imperfections, accepting your vulnerabilities, and living a life that is both authentic and meaningful. It's about acknowledging that you're not finished yet, that there's still more to learn, more to grow, and more to become. It's about seeing yourself as a work in progress and about embracing the journey of self-discovery. So, as you face the final test of your transformation, remember that you have everything you need to succeed. You have the strength, the courage, the wisdom, and the resilience that you have gained along your journey. Trust in yourself, believe in your potential, and never give up on your dreams. And remember, your journey is not over, it's just beginning. Finally, having faced all the challenges, overcome all the obstacles, and experienced your transformation, you are ready for the final stage of the journey, the return with the elixir. This is the moment when you share your wisdom, your gifts, and your love with the world, contributing to the collective journey of humanity. It's like returning to your community after a long journey, bringing back treasures and knowledge to share with others. The elixir is not a magical potion. It's the wisdom, the insights, the understanding that you have gained on your journey. It's the knowledge that you now have, the ability to help others, and the compassion that fills your heart. It's the gift that you bring back to the world. It's like the seeds of a plant that you now get to sow in the world, allowing others to grow and flourish. The concept of bodhisattva in Buddhism emphasizes the importance of helping others on the path to enlightenment. It's not enough to seek your own liberation. You must also use your gifts to serve others, to guide them, and to support their growth. This is the true meaning of compassion, the desire to alleviate the suffering of others. It's about recognizing that our own well-being is intertwined with the well-being of all others, and that by helping others, we are also helping ourselves. The Christian tradition also speaks of the importance of service. It's about using your gifts to help others, to be a light in the world, and to share the love and compassion that you have experienced. This is how you bring your own transformation to the world around you, allowing others to learn and grow from your example. It's about being a source of inspiration and hope for others, and about using your gifts to make a positive impact in the world. The return with the elixir is not about becoming a guru or a teacher. It's about being a source of inspiration, hope, and love for others. It's about using your unique gifts to make the world a better place. It's about recognizing that your own journey is intertwined with the journey of others, and that by helping others, you are also helping yourself. It's about recognizing that we are all interconnected, and that by sharing our gifts, we are contributing to the collective well-being of humanity. This journey is not a destination, it's a process. Self-improvement is not something you achieve once and for all. It's an ongoing journey of growth, learning, and self-discovery. There will always be new challenges to face, new lessons to learn, and new opportunities to grow. The key is to remain open, curious, and committed to your own transformation. It's about embracing the ebb and flow of life, and about knowing that growth is a continuous process, not a destination to be reached. As you continue on your path, remember the lessons you've learned, the wisdom you've gained, and the strength you've discovered. Trust in yourself, believe in your potential, and never give up on your dreams. Remember that you are not alone, that we are all connected, and that we are all on this journey together. And remember, your journey is unique, your path is your own, and you are the hero of your own story. And as you share your gifts with the world, remember that you are not just helping others, you are also healing yourself. By giving to others, you will receive, and by sharing your love, you will experience greater joy. This is the true meaning of the hero's journey, the cycle of giving and receiving, of growth and transformation, and of love and compassion. It's about understanding that by helping others, you are also helping yourself, and that the more you give, the more you receive. My dear friend, you are on an extraordinary journey. You are the hero of your own story, and you have everything you need to succeed. I believe in you, I support you, and I am here for you every step of the way. Go forth with courage and compassion, and live your epic life. And remember, even when the path is challenging, that you are loved, you are valued, and you are capable of extraordinary things.